Good afternoon from a cold, damp, slightly breezy new pond. Busy in the workshop. Peterborough. So, first of all, apologies, Happy New Year. We haven't put a video out for quite some time. Although there has been lots of changes in the garden. I'm deliberately not mentioning the main pond because Kat has got a lot of information that she wants to pass on to you. Sad news is we lost one fish over the winter. We saw it was struggling, brought it up to the surface with a net, turned it over, and it was covered in sores. Kat has treated it, treated the water. The koi was too far gone to save, so I assisted it to another world, if you like. I thought it was the best thing to do. It was, yeah, too far gone. The underside of it was covered in sores and it was in a bad way. Gill movement was severely restricted and I couldn't have that suffering. So I will let Kat explain about the chemicals that she's used and the reason why she's used them after I've done this little bit of an intro. On a positive note, I've put down a path because I was fed up of getting muddy going down to my little hovel at the bottom of the garden. The original pond that was here has now been given back to Kat, and the new pond is here. Now I wanted a larger pond with a little bit of a waterfall, so I quickly knocked one together, and during the night we had hedgehogs come and visit that, have a little wash, have a little bath and a drink, and we were given a couple of little koi or shabunkins by a good friend of ours yesterday. Managed to put some hinged nets on to keep the heron out because, yes, you've guessed it, the heron visited before I had a chance to finish the pond, and it took 2 or 3 of our residents. The hedgehog, by the way, comes and goes through this little hole, then it makes its way along the path and has a drink out of the pond. I'm busy with more creations in the workshop, currently making just a little sign. I want to do a style of sign, so I'm going to put that in, and I'm showing off all the big stuff that I've built. Peterborough Cathedral, May the 17th, if you're in the area. So in the meantime, I will bid you adieu. I think that's French, and I'll hand you over to Kat, who will take this up because I'm going out tonight. Stay safe.
Oh, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, it's been a while. A little bit rubbish, but there's quite a lot of catching up to do. So glad to say that today, Easter Sunday, beautiful sunny day for once, which is quite nice. Yeah, so it's the pond, the fish. It's taken a little while for us to get the pond clear enough to see the fish. We've had a bit of problem with weed bizarrely all winter, given just how cold it's been over the winter. That was a little bit of a surprise, but I think we're getting on top of it. So let's go and see first what's happening in the greenhouse. Apart from the filters just started clearing, obviously.
Hello.
Oh, we're paddling.
Can anybody suggest a cheap hobby? We've got a slight weep on the upflow filter pump. I'm just giving the interior a good cleaning out. Just checking the rubber O-rings and then put it all back together, see how it's worked.
Yeah, so yeah, we're paddling.
I shall get back to you.
I think we better walk away. Let him get on with it. Right, so yes, where were we? Okay, so news. Well, we lost a fish, unfortunately. That was a month, 6 weeks ago. Just came to find one of the shisuis had been. Oh, I think, sorry, we just had a parcel arrive. 2 seconds. So, top timing from Amazon, that. Yes, so, fish, shisui. Had been the lemon shisui when we bought it, but had actually, unfortunately, had darkened quite a lot. Was still quite a beautiful, lovely scales down the side, lateral line, everything. Anyway, turned up its toes, just decided didn't want to be here any longer. So, we fished that out, sadly, and gave that a burial, appropriate disposal, shall we say. We're still struggling with quite sort of unclear water, but hadn't yet turned the upflow on at that stage. So when the temperature got a little bit warmer, and the water temperature that is, we gave 4 days of CT. Although, to be honest, all the other fish, actually, touch wood, were looking absolutely fine. We seem to have come out of winter with them the happiest that we have for a while. Whether that's because the temperatures were really low, I don't know. And we didn't get up to 12 degrees till about 2 weeks ago, I think. Anyway, so yeah, the rest of them are looking okay. As far as the water is concerned, obviously struggled all last year with pH and KH. We've come out of winter, because we've obviously had a really dry March, so we've come out of winter with the KH of about 3 still, which compared to last year is wonderful. So next job is to put some bicarb in. We've got the filters going, so we treated with CT, I think that was 10 days ago or so. Put some more gloop in the filters, and well, the nitrates up, which just seems to be a feature of this pond. Ammonia and nitrite are coming down quite nicely. So as far as the water's concerned, I'm actually fairly happy. What else have we done? Well, we couldn't get hold of any sinking food, so we had to go back to floating food. And as you can see, they haven't worked it out yet. Unless we put worms in, when of course, yeah, they can work that out. But no, they're pretty happy. We've not yet got anything decided on what's happening on the return from the shower. So at the moment, it seems to have a hoover on at the moment. So we'll sort that out. We had the plant last year. We had the plants in. Got a bit mucky. Whether that was a source of bugs, I don't know. I'm not sure we're going to do that again this year. I'm not sure that really worked. So we're just going to have a chat with Steve, see what we're doing. But I'm not sure I'm keen to go down that. We were trying to have a biological filter. I just don't think it did what we expected it to do. Yeah. So and obviously sort out the upflow. I'll take you down this end. Show you that. I don't know if Steve's shown you the new pond yet. Down, look. We have some seedlings. Now you probably can't see from there because they're absolutely tiny, but hopefully, fingers crossed, they are parsnips and things like beetroot. I think there's definitely some beetroot in there, and not weeds, because we're quite good at growing weeds at the moment. This garden's got a little bit away from us at the moment. So we have this area. This was the pond. There are goldfish in there, believe it or not. And the goldfish have moved across to here. Low sun's a bit of a problem, isn't it? So we see the bridge and new pond, new little waterfall which went in a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, sorry about that, sun. See there? And happily we've got blackbirds drinking in it, we've got the robins drinking in it, and at night we've got the hedgehogs drinking in it. So yeah, did we tell you about the hedgehogs? I'm not sure we did. So when did we go away? We went away last October, so I think it was September. We were just middle of the day, literally midday out here, and Steve went, "Oh, what's that moving behind the pot?" So just down here, and a hedgehog. tiny, tiny, tiny little hedgehog. Out in the day, so any hedgehogs that are out in the day, automatically they're poorly. So on the phone, because the hedgehog hotel here never seems to have any space. So on the phone to the place in Northampton, got a hedgehog, can you take it? Yes, we will. Took him down. Luckily took him down in a plastic tub, because by the time we got down there he'd had diarrhoea everywhere. It's clearly why he was poorly. So left him there. Got a phone call 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Yeah, I think in March. Your hedgehog's ready. Okay. So I went down to get him, and this was Animals in Need, Northamptonshire. They're fabulous for wildlife. If anyone's in need of a hedgehog rescue, they take all sorts of things. They've had badgers, they have birds of prey, they've had mice. They do an incredible job. And I went down. She said, "Have you got a big garden?" Well, yeah, it's quite big. She said, "Can you take another hedgehog?" So I came back with 2. So yeah, we're feeding them, and it's lovely to have them around. Now last year we had video evidence of 3 of them. The one I took down, who's now an absolute bruiser, he was thought to be one of last year's crop, which means the 3 that we had, and then there was extras. We brought back a male and a female. So the upshot of that is we have no idea how many hedgehogs there are in this garden, but quite happy about it. Well, so yeah, that's proof of hedgehog. There's the fish. I've just put the bicarb in, so I might give a couple of doses over the week. I'm just sticking with putting 250 grams in over an hour at a time, because the fish don't seem to be too upset by that. One note, we do still have Frank's Marvellous Medicine, which he kindly gave us last year, but unfortunately it was literally just before we went on holiday. So we didn't have time to use that. However, I'm thinking with the nitrate we have, I will probably be using that if that nitrate's not coming down soon. Then I'll probably be using that, and hopefully that'll actually get us in a better position than we were last year. I don't know what's coming out of that inlet, but they like it, whatever it is. You see, yeah, there's the Sorghoi. Yeah, Jeeba and Bob. Bob, the remaining garden centre fish, who's finally started growing. Absolutely, really quite unbelievable how they grow over winter, from having all sorts of sizes. The oldest one is what, 5-6 years old? That's the Sorghoi and the Chag. The youngest is probably Hiromi, which is Kitsuri, and she's 2, maybe 3 now actually, so it's 18 months since Steve went to Japan, and they're all about the same size. They're now sort of actually starting to look like they belong in the pond, not looking like there's an awful lot of space. So yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes. So I have fish. All right, yes, the window needs cleaning before anyone says anything, but hello Bob, and Kojak at the bottom. That's Maisie, I think that one is. One of the Shisuis. We don't have a lot of luck with Shisuis. We're still not having a lot of luck. Yeah, so it's taken a little bit of work to do to get the water a bit cleared. As I've said, we've also done, I think the floss has been changed 6 times in the last 3 weeks or so. Finally getting somewhere. Oh, and the other issue we had actually was it was time to change the UV bulb, and we've struggled to get one. Finally got one thanks to Nick at over in Oakham, Shoshikoi. He had the right one. They're a little bit more expensive than they have been, but I suspect that's probably part of the reason it's looking so good. Yeah. So that's just a quick update. We will try and be a little bit better at doing the doing updates. There's a few changes in the garden, and clearly how the goldfish are getting on and the pond and any changes there. Hope everyone's well. Yep. And hope to catch up with some of you at some of the meetings. See you later.